Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best power forwards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 15,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. At the number 10 spot, I got this free Cliff Robinson. I still like this Cliff Robinson card a lot. I think he's very, very solid. I feel like he defends pretty well. He shoots the three ball at a pretty solid level with a decent release. He's very solidly athletic, versatile defensive. Like I said, he's got basically 80 speed and excel, and basically steal the ball as well. So he's got a lot of versatility as a big power forward or center. Can do a lot of different things defensively. He's got the perimeter defensive ability while also being a great interior defender. So very, very versatile card. His release is not incredible, but it's solid, smooth, consistent. I think he's an awesome card. Big fan of Cliff Robinson. Number 9 is the Tournament Battles Evolved Ruby Jared Vanderbilt. This card is a absolute beast. I mean, he is absolutely phenomenal in my team, and he still has the potential to get 2 more Evos as well with the Lakers' next 2 in-season tournament games, which I think are against pretty easy opponents. I think they play like the Trailblazers and the Jazz maybe, but 6'8", 6'11 wingspan. He's not incredible in terms of size, but he's super fast for a power forward. He's a good shooter with a pretty good release, very, very good finisher, good dunker, so that helps a lot off the slip. And then defensively, he's really nice and versatile. Does not yet have anchor or clamps. I assume he will probably get one, if not both of those badges over his next Evo, or fingers crossed 2 Evos, assuming that he maybe hopefully goes to Diamond. This card, if he gets evolved up to Diamond, legitimately has the potential to be a top 5 power forward in the game, and I stand on that. I think he's going to be an absolutely incredible, I mean, he's already an absolutely incredible value card, but I think he's going to continue to improve in that aspect. Anthony Davis is just still a really solid all-around card. Elite defender, athletic, doesn't have great speed, but he dunks the ball pretty well is what I mean by that. Athleticism and release-wise, I like it a lot. He's not an incredible shooter, but he's good enough that he's definitely a threat. You certainly can't leave him open. His release is definitely nice, and then defensively, he's going to make a big impact off anchor and post lockdown. Definitely still a very versatile defender. Not the greatest speed, I guess. 72 honestly isn't incredible, but it's certainly not bad either. I think AD is a really, really good card. Jaren Jackson Jr. comes in at number 7. Honestly, Jaren is basically AD, but a little bit better. He's a slightly better shooter than AD. He's slightly faster than AD. Honestly, I think he's a little bit better defensively than AD as well. I just think he's honestly a little bigger as well. Bigger player build, longer wingspan. He's basically just Anthony Davis, but slightly better across the board is how I would describe him. The one thing he's not better at, in my opinion, is finishing on the inside, but he's still a pretty good finisher. I know his shooting badges aren't great, but neither are AD's. I like both their releases. Jaren's 3-ball rating is a little higher, and maybe the release is a little better as well, but they're really close. I just think I give the slight edge to Jaren in most areas, and I think he's the slightly better card. At the number 6 spot, we're going to have, I think I messed up. Oh, I messed up my ranking. I did. Oopsie daisy. Andre Kirilenko is who I would intend to have at 6. I fixed it. AK is 6'9", so he's not insane size-wise, an inch shorter than both Jaren and AD. Not quite as good of a player build as those guys. Same thing with Cliff Robinson, but he's got a 7-foot wingspan. He's got good speed, a good shooter. Understandably, he's not crazy athletic. He's not really the best rolling power forward by any means, but defensively, he's one of the best cards in the game, period. He defends on the interior and on the perimeter at an absolutely incredibly high level, and that defensive impact is super duper valuable. Offensively, like I said, not the greatest dunker, but he's got good speed. He's a very capable shooter, stretches the floor really well. He does rebound really well, and he gives you some playmaking ability off of the pick and pop as well, which is nice with the ball handle, which if you put a diamond shoe on him, gives him the ability to timing burst, which I have obviously done. And I think AK overall is just a really, really great card in my team. I think he's better at small forward than he is at power forward, but at power forward as well, still a very, very good card. In the number 5 spot, gonna have to go with Chris Bosh. The Gauntlet reward from season 1 is still one of the better players at his position in the entire game. A really top tier option at power forward. 6'11", 7'3" wingspan, 80 speed and excel, 83 shot 3, 87 interior, 80 standing, 75 driving dunk. I mean, he's a versatile defender. He has silver anchor. Every badge is upgradable on this card, which is a huge plus. He shoots the ball really well, good speed. Release is not as good as his release has been the last couple of years, or at least was last year, I'd say. 2K22 wasn't as good, but it's a little bit on the slower side from what you expect. The visual cue is a little bit misleading. You kind of have to wait until a bit longer in his release, but it's still a very smooth, easy, and consistent release. I've gotten it down for sure. I think Bosch is one of my favorite options at power forward. He is in my main squad right now, coming off the bench at power forward, and is still a great card. Chet Holmgren comes in at the number 4 spot. He's basically Bosch, but a little bit better. The one area where he is worse than Bosch, in my opinion, is the strength, but he's a couple inches taller, better player build, better defensive badges, better shooter as well, slightly better release, in my opinion, slightly better badges, although Bosch does have every badge upgradable, which is something that Chet doesn't have. If you have a fully badged out, souped up Bosch, he's probably going to be a better option than Chet Holmgren, but as they're like more so closer to base cards, I'd still lean Chet, even with the lower strength, especially at power forward. I like the value that you get out of Chet because of all the other defensive ability that he has, the length, the ability to play some lanes. The ability to do some stuff like that is really what I like about Chet, and then obviously he's still a great rim protector. It's just he does kind of get shoved around occasionally, drop stepped in, gets pushed out of the way on certain animations against dominant interior bigs. But that generally does not wind up being a big issue, and it's something you can certainly hide on Chet, and he's still a great card. I do think he's a top 4 power forward in my team. Number 3, gonna have to go with Kevin Durant. KD is just 6'10 with the ability to get every badge and the ability to really do everything on the court. 90 speed is kind of a big time mismatch size-wise. It's kind of important to add badges like Anchor, Brick Wall, maybe things like Immovable Enforcer as well on to KD if you can. But playmaking-wise, offensively, he's already great. You can add speed booster. Shooting badges are immaculate. He's super duper fast and an incredible shooter at the power forward position. And at 6'10, he's got the size, versatility, and the length with the 7'4 wingspan to be a really, really capable big man defender as well. He's the perfect playmaker off of a pick and pop, while also being an elite level shooter, and once you badge him out, a great defender and obviously an elite playmaker as well. KD can do everything on the court at a very high level and is still one of the better cards in my team. Number 2 spot is going to go to LeBron James, though I know LeBron isn't technically really available yet unless you pull him out of packs, which I've literally only seen one person do so far. I did get a gameplay on Braun though, so go check that out if y'all want to see what he's looking like. But 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, hotspots from literally everywhere. This card statistically is the best card in the game. The thing is, at the power forward position, I don't think he's quite as good as one other guy, and I think y'all know who that guy is. But stat and badge-wise, LeBron is the best card in the game. He's incredibly versatile and incredibly complete in terms of his stats. The 96 speed, 95 steal ball is absurd. He's an insane slasher, really great shooter. Comes with incredible badges even as a base card. Then you can add badges that he doesn't have that you'd like to add if you want to add a brick wall or blinders or a claymore or whatever the case may be. Upgrade any of his badges to gold or Hall of Fame. His release is improved this year in my opinion. I like his SIGs a little bit more this year than I did the last couple years as well. King James is going to be one of the best cards in the game for a while. The only reason he's not the number 1 card at power forward is because Giannis is a 7-footer. I understand Giannis doesn't shoot as well as LeBron, but he's probably the best defensive card in the game right now. He's basically Shaq and pretty much anyway, Shaq, Wilt, etc., those types of guys on the interior, while also being able to step out and knock down a 3. You can add shooting badges to him. You can add really any badges to him that you'd like. So you can add a handles for days, a bailout, things like that, a speed booster to him as well to improve his playmaking ability. He's obviously one of the best, if not the best, defensive card in the game, and he's just a dominant, incredible big with an amazing player who does everything on the court, can guard anybody in the game right now, literally at a very high level, while still being one of the most dominant offensive cards in my team as well. Giannis is just an incredible card. I think LeBron might have him beat in terms of best card in the game, quote unquote, just because LeBron at small forward might be slightly better than I would say Giannis is at power forward. But those are the top 2 cards and the top 2 power forwards in my team right now. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.